Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. We have been in the problem-solving mood now for 2 or 3 episodes, and I've been absolutely ecstatic about that. The elevated railway, the street lights, everything, any challenge that has been thrown in our direction, we've been able to resolve in a creative and quite efficient manner. There has been a few suggestions in the comment section about the street lights. A lot of people saying, why don't you use trapdoors in order to do the street lights? They're only 1 block in height instead of 2 blocks like a door is, like I'm currently using. You know, this top one's invisible, a sort of wasted space. I could use a trapdoor. I could jump on top of them, you know, instead of having to sort of float above it to get over the doors. I could, yeah. And in this version of Minecraft, which is 1.11.2, I think it's just the latest official release, not snapshots or anything like that, we can sort of place anywhere, which you can't on any older versions. You know, on older versions of Minecraft, you have to place them on you'd have to place them on a block and then they'd shut there. But on these newer versions, you can actually place them down anywhere you want. You can even place them sort of off each other. If I go like... yeah. and just sort of have them floating there. Very strange. I mean, yeah, it would work. It would work fine. You know, there's not too much sort of challenge about it, apart from one thing. And I think I'm right in saying this, but they... oh no, you can put them on both sides. Can you? I don't know if I could reverse the sides of them. You know how these doors, one is facing this side, and then on this door, it's on this side, and that's by placing the doors backwards from each other. I don't know if trapdoors work in that same way. And you can't tell with the normal default texture because we're missing a slither on this side here and here, which is actually the texture of the windows, and that's the first pixel of the window that you can see on the side. And it's the same on this side. If I flip it round, it's still to the front. Oh no, it does reverse. That side. That side. Oh, maybe they do reverse then. So that might be something that I might look a little bit more into because my trapdoors. It won't aesthetically make any difference to the city. We'll just get rid of these sort of invisible boxes when we get close to the streetlights. But it's not really that much of a problem. Also, people are saying that they're too tall. I don't think so. I mean, I can shorten them down. No problem, you know, this is a door, the texture can go anywhere. We can shorten them down, but look in real life, you know, look outside your window. If you live in a sort of built-up residential area with streetlights outside, you'll probably find that they're about as tall, if not a little bit taller than your house. At least the ones near me seem to be extremely tall, so I think scale-wise it works very well. I think the only thing that throws it off is the road to path ratio. Our paths are actually quite thick in comparison to the road. You know, you could almost drive a car. If a car fit in between the double yellow lines and the white lines, it means that they would also fit on the path as well. So if in reality these paths would be very wide, I could edit that by making the road texture bigger and make the path texture smaller, and I think that might actually help the scale of the city a little bit as well. But anyway, let's ignore that for today. I want to try and do one of the biggest challenges that I've been concerned about, and that's the cruise ship. Now, at first, we were thinking about doing the cargo ship and the cruise ship by retexturing a boat into the white colour. You know, so we make a white one for the cruise ship, we make a black one for the cargo ship, and voila, we've got ourselves a boat that you could even ride if you wanted to. You know, you could drive the cargo ship around. I think I'm going to keep that for the cargo ship. I don't mind that idea. Also, it's weird that the boats don't seem to at least take the texture of the planks of the same variety, because I mean these are, I just placed down a dark oak plank, which is this one, and that certainly isn't that texture. So they obviously have their own texture. I think it'll work well with this one if we make that black and we have the cruise ship at the end. That's about to the right scale. However, think about the cruise ship. If we had this one as the cruise ship, it's actually not that big, so I think we can get away with using full blocks for our cruise ship. It also has some advantages later on. If I use quartz for the moment, just so it's white, so it looks somewhat like the cruise ship, and we do the cruise ship, let's say, one block off the ground like that, and a slab out the front for the sort of nose of the cruise ship. Looks great, you know. I can imagine, you know, just imagine that textured up with windows and the little helipad and the tennis courts and stuff on the top. Yeah, wonderful. But if I back off, it's still very much out of scale. Our cruise ship is a big, you know, international cruise ship. We need to try and make this a little bit bigger. It's tall, it's much taller than the factory, for example, at the back there. So we want to add another one. And I think we want something more along the sort of scale of that. Now, this is going to be really tricky because we don't have... Ow, hit my microphone. We don't have triangular blocks in Minecraft to make a point. So the only way that we could make a point is if we actually made this 3 blocks wide. I don't know how well this is going to work. This is very much an experimental episode. But we could do something like that, and maybe that's even too much of a nose on it. We could do something along the lines of that. I know it looks weird, but imagine when it's textured up. I think the nose probably needs to go back to where it was. I think that was a better depth for the nose. And at the moment it's looking very square. You might even have to add one to the end to make it a little bit elongated. You know, that could work. I know it looks super weird in Minecraft right now, but I think we can do some clever stuff in order to fix this. So let's try and put some of the details on now. Let's get a helipad. Ooh, the helipad can't go there because of the slab. And I don't really want... Well, I suppose you could do it like that, couldn't you? You could have it really close to sea level. I think I prefer the slab look on top. What if we just had slabs going around the helipad? Snow blocks. Snow blocks could be done in a way that we almost level it. It's not quite as obvious then, and we still get that lip. And it's white. It works quite well for us. Okay, and then for the blocks over here, we're going to want to have a swimming pool on the top. We've got the swimming pool over here. We're going to want to have tennis courts on top, so we'll grab that as well. Oh, that was the full block. Full block doesn't matter. So we can put the tennis courts at the front here. We can put the swimming pool. I can get the full block swimming pool, can't I? Carpet. No, wool. If we put the full block version in, as you can see, it's flush with the rest of the boat then. So we've got the swimming pool, we've got the tennis courts, and then there's sort of a chimney sort of thing at the top. If we move that over by 1 block, we could then do something like that. Wall. These should be orange on the actual cruise ship. You know, they're the orange pipes that come out the back. I don't know. I think with some texturing, I think we can help the look of it, but I think there's still a long way to go with it. To cover up the front, we're going to need paintings. We'll make a windscreen style painting. We'll use single ones instead of double ones. We'll use the tree one, like that, for the front windows. And then the sides should be fairly okay as they are. Let's give it a crack. If we're not happy with it, we'll do the same that we've done with the crane, and we'll just remove it, and we'll think about it a little bit deeper after I've had suggestions from you guys, okay? Let's jump into Photoshop. Okay, so I'm in Photoshop here. I've loaded up quartz block side, because apparently the quartz block, even though it looks identical on all of the sides, apparently it has a different top texture to side textures, which could work to our advantage. I'm just using it because it started off as white, so it just gives us a pretty good base. It does have a little subtle line around it, which gives us this sort of outline checkered pattern, but we'll remove that. I don't want to have that, obviously. Now, I did make a change, as you can see from the overview version of our world here. The cruise ship, the back is actually a U shape. I had it in a T shape. I had it like that, with the walls there and there, when it should be the other way around. However, then I noticed, I thought, well, hang on, we can get this scale for our cruise ship from the overviewer map. We can say, we've got this factory in the city already. And then there's another factory that goes next to it that we're probably making out of 2 blocks, making 1 block with the garage, and then we'll make one, this part, we'll probably use that block for and recycle that one over here. And then we've got the beach houses, which are approximately going to be probably 1 house, 1 block per every 2 houses. So we can say that in front of the factory here, if we had a gap between it, because we wouldn't want these 2 factories to be touching, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. It's about as in line with this one, so it's about 6 blocks in front of our first. Oh, I got a Java update available. That's 6 blocks in front of our factory, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I think for scale wise, we probably want the beach houses to about here. I'm going to add another 2 blocks. And on the other side, we can see that it goes back to a little bit, barely a little bit into the cargo port, which would mean it would go back to about there. Now, we weren't too far off with our scale, but as you can see, we can now actually get a more scale scale perfect. I nearly said it's certainly not scale perfect, but much more of a scale replica in our city. In this mini version. So if we do something like that, I also want to try and get a way to make this like dark. I might use a carpet for that or something instead. So we're now in line with the front, and then if we go back now with this, we get ourselves what should be a much more comfortable sized cruise ship. We can't really do much with the shape of the back here. It does poke out a little bit and go up. The sides are flat and the front does angle up very slightly. I mean, I could use stairs for it. We could see how that goes. Let's have a go with it. Stairs. This is a problematic build, that's for sure. This is not an easy one. So if we had the back like that, I mean, that sort of works. I wouldn't want to put another stair there. That would be too rounded. That's about good for the back. If we wanted to go that high, is that actually the right height? Or should it be down here? Move this back into the U shape. Have the cobblestone walls on there and there. Move this one to be there. You know, already, I know it's small for you guys on you. If I can't make it bigger for the minute. That looks a much more scaled cruise ship. We could even do something like that to help the front out a little bit, maybe. I think that could work. Okay, let's go and texture it. So if we, I don't need to. I was gonna cut the video, but I don't need to. It's back. It's there. Let's grab. I like the white that the quartz has in the middle, so we're gonna grab that. We can hardly see the other shades around the side, but we're gonna make them all the same, so we don't have that outline around it anymore. And then I'm going to put this over here so I can see. Oh, and I better put that up there so I can see that too. Now, what we want to do is we want to think about how many blocks high is our cruise ship. 3, isn't it? Or 2? 2 blocks high, most of the part of it. So we want, I might make this one a different block, or one of them a different block. We'll have one of them with thick windows, one of them with smaller dotted windows, with a red line on both of them. So we definitely want a red line at the top and at the bottom of the block. Thin red line, because they're obviously going to be doubled together. So we'll put a thin red line at the bottom, thin red line at the top, thin red line at the top, and that should, where it's a little bit too bright, that should, when placed on top of each other, make a thicker red line, which is what we have down our cruise ship. Let's say that this is the bottom block. So all we need to do on this bottom block is very simple, is we just need to add more towards the sort of top third and the bottom third. Okay. So you want something like this one, this one, this one, this one, that one, that one, that one. I have to move it over by a block. Or 2. We'll move it over by 2 blocks. And that one. Grab that white again, because it's transparent there. Okay, that should work for the bottom block. I think to help us out with the water and stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do something a little bit maybe too clever for my own good, because we're now using 2 blocks and these aren't going to be stacked on top of each other. I'm thinking about using a darker red because it's in the water, or very close to the water, and then we're going to get some grey to shade the bottom of this boat up a little bit. So it looks like, hello? So it looks like it's going into the water. Hello? Why can't I draw? Oh, there you go. There. There. And I'm going to do like one more. So it's sort of got this gradient towards the bottom. So it looks like the boat is sort of, you know, going to the base of it. And that's about it for the side. Maybe, hang on. What if we done a new layer? We made a blue, like a sea-ish blue, so we're sort of looking about that blue when it's splashing up. We make the transparency to about 50%. That's certainly not, there you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some transparent lines. We can still see the red, we can still see the greys. And I'm just going to layer them up in areas to make them darker and lighter in others. We should get a sort of splash effect, like it's going through the water, like the water's being moved away. Let's make the red part a little bit darker in some parts. Okay, you can just see the sort of reddish hue underneath. I think that could work. We're going to combine those two together. We're going to save it. And now I do need a second block, because obviously if we change that, all of these blocks would be that block. I don't mind these ones under the water being like that. I have no problem with those having the windows down there. I don't think. I can always change it to some sort of reddish block afterwards. Clay. Not really many clays left. So let's get a block that we haven't used. That can just be as the top half of the block. I think I can use some glass, can't I? If I need to at some point. Stone bricks. No, I need to think about what blocks I can use. It's getting tough. It's getting tough to sort of think of them. Cyan, hardened clay. I don't think we've used that anywhere, have we? I can't think so. Okay, cyan, hardened clay then. I'll get this open. Cyan, hardened clay. Stained clay. And this is the block that's now going to be this top half. Can I get it without the paintings popping off? I think they still pop off anyway, don't they? And we want these to go around the side. Now, I might have made a mistake, because these stairs are likely going to take the visual of the quartz block. So maybe I should do it the other way. If I need to do it the other way around, I'll just switch them. That shouldn't be a problem. But with this one, I should have the quartz as well. Hold on. Quartz. I want to get the same white, obviously. I need to close that down. For some reason, this game, Photoshop, hates it when you open up more than one of these at the same time. It like freaks out. I'll just copy it. Cyan. I've got a feeling that I'm going to have to swap the textures of these two blocks over, but it doesn't matter. That's an easy job. Okay. So now we've got this in cyan clay. That's the white. We've got the red above. Let's put that red below as well. That's not the color that I want. Opacity. Red. Shoop. Get the white. Color this up. Get rid of the water. We don't want the water over halfway up the boat, do we? That would be ridiculous. And take away these windows here. Now, for the top half, we can put in a bunch more windows. We can have them a little bit closer together. We can have this sort of cyan, actually coloured grey to split up this floors. We've got 4 stories. So if we done it like about one there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 there, 1, 2, 3, 1 there, 1, 2, 3, 1 here. And then the black at the top. That works about outright. So then if we have the design up the top here, we have something like this, if you remember, on the cruise ship. Like that, don't we? We'll try and get some shading around it. I might need to make it a little bit shorter to get the shading right. But these will be able to stack next to each other now. So we'll take those away. They don't need to be there. We get black for the windows, just because it's going to be simpler and easier to do. And these windows, I don't know, I might do them on that height. I'm going to put them close to each other, so I'm going to put one block between and keep the windows a 4-pixel window. Now this is a 32 by 32 bit texture pack, which means that we are going to have a gap, a little bit wider of a gap, or a thin window. I think I'll go with the thin window. It won't be like a flawless repeating pattern though, which is a little bit of a shame, but they don't make you can't get odd numbered texture packs. They just don't exist. The floor up from this actually has slightly bigger windows, so what we're going to do is I'm going to paste that in again, but I'm going to join up every other one to make these windows longer. I think now I can get rid of that one, and I think that looks smarter with just the big windows repeating. And then this top one has little balconies onto it. So we're going to get a little bit of a lighter grey here. And put these in line with the windows below. Oops, that one. Such a mind bend with all of these sort of black dots all over. It's really hard to sort of focus on what you want to see. I think I'm going to get rid of these thin ones. I think if we're going to have them missing from the top two, we might as well not have them there on the bottom two and get them all to somewhat match. And I'm going to go with a blue for these ones, like a blue like this, just to have a little bit of a difference. So these are meant to be doors, you see, so they're like letting the light through. Just something a little bit different, you see. Like that. This top is not a window, that is just sort of actually black design, so we don't want to put white shine on there, but we do want to have, is this white enough? You can just see a subtle difference. I'm just going to put a little bit of shine on some of these windows here, just some of them, because I know they're very small. Ooh, maybe we go with a little bit of a blue hue for the shine, a little bit more truer of a blue. See how the white is making the windows look a little bit smaller, a little bit darker. If we can sort of use the pixel trick to make it look like it's got a shine on the window, but we do it with blue instead of white, I think that could work. So I'm just sort of trying to put them on a few different windows. I think that could work. Once we get into Minecraft itself, I think you'll find that that'll be improved significantly. Let's save that. Oh, combine, save. And let's jump back into Minecraft and sort of do a review, an update of where we are with it. Okay, so it looks a little bit weird at the moment. I need to definitely change these blocks at the top to just a standard white block. We actually have a podzol, which is standard white. That confused me for a moment, then I remembered why. So that gets rid of that. Obviously the top looks way out of whack. We need to cover that up with something. In fact, if we could probably use the carpet versions of these now. Carpet, that one, nope, that one, carpet. For the moment I'm just going to use a white. There we go. That just sort of takes our eyes away from that part. Funnily enough, we've only got a couple of blue pixels visible on the front here, and I don't mind those windows being there. I'm not really that bothered. The white line, the red line around the sides work perfectly. I like how it doubles up there. Oh yeah, we can move these ones like that. But the back, where we've got the stairs here, that's the only problem that we've got. Now, if I reversed these two blocks around, so this block were reversed, we would end up with this black line going around the top and these windows wrapping around the back, and the same we would have this happening down here. I think that could work. Let me try. I'm going to reverse them. If we like this better, I'll revert them back, but I'm going to give it a go. Okay, so I've reversed the blocks now, so the stairs have this texture instead. I like it better. I really do like it better. I just don't like the stairs now at the front here. So I think all we need to do is remove them. And if anything, maybe we could bring out this whole thing by a block further, which sucks, actually, because it means I need to get 3 of those stupid paintings again. Nope, 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 nope. Tree, just a single one. Okay, there you go, tree. And so now all we need to do is the tree painting and make it look like a windscreen for the front here. I'm going to do that because we are sort of getting really short on time, and I should be back, but I think everything so far is going quite well. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the windscreen on here now as well. Works great, you know, that wraparound panoramic windscreen. And I've been thinking about the front. If we back off here, I'm starting to like it. However, the front just isn't high enough. We do need some kind of slab here to go around where these carpets are, to give it that little bit more height. We just need it. And then if we get the quartz one, which is already sort of the white on the top, we make the quartz. Or do we do it the other way around? Yeah, no, I need to do it this way around. But then what am I going to do there? I could put the other slab on. 2 slabs on top. I don't know. I'm thinking about making this into just white, or with the blue sort of pattern that goes around here. I don't have the a slab version of that, you see. And then, oop, that's fell off. Come on. And then on this one, we made the helipad. Then that way, everything's a little bit more off the ground. But there's so much wasted block if we do that. We waste 3 blocks of this purple one. It makes up here harder, because up here I was thinking about doing something like moving this forward, having a gap between there and there, and then getting some glass. White stained glass. What's that? Oh, light grey. No, I want white. To go around like this, you see, which it just looks so good for the cruise ship sort of scaled version of it. And I might use these windscreen. I can't put the paintings there. Oh, that sucks so bad, because that's nearly the right texture for up there. The windscreen texture is like nearly dead right. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to. I think I might. What if we put these here? I know it's got like funny windows going on down there. Or we go back to the snow block and we just make them thicker. So we make them up to this height. The only trouble with this is that we can't get the helipad in. I can't put the helipad in there without it being carpet. Without it being all the way down there. That's the downside. I got to sneeze. So, suggestions from you guys. You guys always have another way round. You always think a little bit differently to me. You have just something that works, something that ticks in your head, that allows us to sort of get around some of these problems. Let me know in the comments section. I'm actually quite pleased with how it looks further back. Back here, very, very happy. Once you get closer, I don't like this part. I like this part, and I like the sort of squareness of it. You could round it off maybe by bringing this block out by 1, but then you're going silly. We have to sort of try and keep as close to true as we possibly can. I could also get a bit of a better path going around here, even if we used a carpet block that we've already got, just to have like something going on up here. I can get those going, these going, maybe even some grey ones. Like that, just to have something happening at the top here. I don't like those ones. Oops. Carpet. Yeah, just to have something sort of going on up there. Yeah, I think that already looks better. But yeah, let me know about the front. That's the part that I'm most concerned about. The back, from the sort of windscreens back, I'm fine with. I'm just not a huge fan of the nose of it, which is always going to be the hardest part. But I'm happy. I'm pleased. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.